Hello and welcome. Namaste from New Delhi. You're watching DD India. I'm Gautam Roy. This is Express News, the show where we get you the day's top 100 developments from the country and the world in under 30 minutes. Here goes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended a prayer meeting at Gandhi Smriti in New Delhi in remembrance of Mahatma Gandhi on his birth anniversary on Thursday. Earlier in the day, President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan and Prime Minister Modi, along with other dignitaries, paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi at his memorial at Rajghat in Delhi on his birth anniversary. India is paying homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 156th birth anniversary today. The nation is observing his birth anniversary, commemorating his legacy of non-violence, truth and simplicity. President Murmu, Vice President Radhakrishnan and Prime Minister Modi also paid floral tributes to former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri at his memorial Vijay Ghat in Delhi. As India marks the birth anniversary of its second Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri as well on Thursday. On this day, Indians honour his life, leadership and the values he stood for. Prime Minister Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Union Ministers and other dignitaries paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri at their portraits in Central Hall in Parliament House on their birth anniversary as well today. The Dussehra of Vijay Dashmi is also being celebrated across the country on Thursday. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan and Prime Minister Modi have extended their greetings to all countrymen or citizens on the occasion of Vijay Dashmi today. President Murmu participated in the Vijay Dashmi festivities in New Delhi on Thursday evening as well. On the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, Home Minister Amit Shah visited the Khadi India showroom in New Delhi. The Home Minister also purchased Khadi products and made online payment for the same. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh celebrated Vijay Dashmi with Indian Army personnel at the Bhuj military camp in Gujarat. On the occasion, Rajnath Singh warned that any misadventure by Pakistan in the Sir Creek area would be met with a decisive response which will change both history and geography. Rajnath Singh also virtually inaugurated the titled Independent Birthing Facility and Joint Control Centre in the strategic Sir Creek sector. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav inaugurated the NIELIT Digital University platform in New Delhi, designed to make high-quality digital education accessible to all. The minister also virtually inaugurated 5 new NIELIT centres. Addressing a gathering on the occasion, the minister said that with the expansion of these new centres, NIELIT's role in shaping the technological future of the country will become even more significant. Minister Vaishnav also participated in the Swachhata Hi Seva or Cleanliness is Service fortnight drive on Thursday at the Electronics Niketan Society in Delhi. The minister also delivered a message on cleanliness, highlighting the government's efforts to encourage clean and green living, and also wished all citizens a happy Vijay Dashmi. The Electronics and IT Minister also attended a press briefing on Electronic Component Manufacturing Scheme's progress. Interacting with the media, the minister said that the scheme was launched in April this year to strengthen India's domestic electronics manufacturing ecosystem and reduce import reliance. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh kicked off the implementation phase of the Government of India's Special Swachhata Campaign 5.0 on the eve of Gandhi Jayanti. As part of the ongoing celebrations of Wildlife Week 2025, Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav laid the foundation stone of Namo 1 at Manesar on Thursday. The occasion was also marked by a plantation drive. The Indian Navy's stealth frigate INS Trikand called at Taranto in Italy last week during her ongoing operational deployment to the Mediterranean Sea. The ship's crew engaged in professional exchanges and cross-deck visits. Coal futures maturing on the 3rd of October was priced at 117,558 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for the 5th of December maturity stood at 144,566 rupees per kg on the MCX. According to a release by the Indian government on Thursday, the new goods and services tax rate reforms have provided targeted relief to Uttar Pradesh's diverse economy by improving margins for MSME sectors. Brent crude rose to $65.54 per barrel on Thursday, up 0.28% from the previous day. OpenAI has reached a valuation of $500 billion following a deal in which current and former employees sold roughly $6.6 billion worth of shares to a consortium of investors. Asian stock indices rallied higher on Thursday. South Korea's Kospi index surged more than 2%. Japan's Nikkei 225 benchmark gained 1.04%, and Australia's S&P/ASX 200 opened 0.61% higher. After opening lower on Thursday, all three main US indices advanced. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 43.21 points, the S&P 500 gained 22.74 points, and the Nasdaq Composite gained 95.15 points. Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk became the first person to achieve a net worth of $500 billion as reported by Forbes magazine on Wednesday. Proposed by President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's government, Brazil's parliament passed a tax exemption resolution in a relief measure to the middle-class population of the country, despite resistance from investors. Prices for services and food are climbing across the Eurozone. Inflation in the 20 nations sharing the euro picked up to 2.2% in September from 2% in August for the first time since April. US President Donald Trump's administration on Wednesday froze $26 billion for Democratic-leaning states, following through on a threat to use the government shutdown to target Democratic priorities. Vice President J.D. Vance warned that the administration would be forced to resort to layoffs if the shutdown lasts more than a few days, even as no final decision has been made about whether certain workers will be laid off or suspended. In Britain, 2 people were reportedly killed while 3 more were injured in an attack near a Jewish synagogue on the holy day of Yom Kippur in Manchester on Thursday. An assailant reportedly drove a car into pedestrians and then stabbed a security guard. Speaking on the incident before leaving from Copenhagen, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer added that the police have been deployed at all synagogues across the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the European political community in Copenhagen on Thursday. He warned that Russia has the ability to violate airspace anywhere on the continent. European Union leaders expressed broad support for the idea of using Russian assets frozen in the West to provide $164.5 billion of loan to Ukraine, but said they still needed to sort out complex legal and financial aspects of the entire operation. At the EPC, Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen warned that Moscow's aggression poses a threat not only to Ukraine but to all of Europe. Russia's Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said that EU's idea of using frozen Russian assets to provide loans for Ukraine was delusional and would prompt it to retaliate very harshly. Israel has announced that its forces are tightening the siege around Gaza City by extending a military corridor across the territory towards the coast. The Israeli military has also issued new evacuation orders for residents of Gaza City, urging them to move south. Also, Israeli forces have intercepted around 40 boats carrying aid and foreign activists originally bound for Gaza. The intercepted vessels and those on board were expected to be taken to the Israeli port of Ashdod. 3 suspected members of the Hamas were arrested for allegedly planning attacks on Israeli and Jewish institutions in Germany, and they were produced before a federal judge on Thursday. Ukraine has accused Russia of trying to create the risk of nuclear incidents, alleging Moscow had deliberately staged an attack that cut off power to the decommissioned Chernobyl nuclear power station. Ukrainian President Zelensky targeted Russia for the same and said Moscow was doing nothing to fix the cut-off of external power to the Russian-held Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The Russian installed management of Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant on Thursday said that 2 backup generators will be put into operation within hours after repairs on them have been completed. In Morocco, protesters in fact continue demanding reforms in the public health and education sectors, which were initially carried out in terms of social justice reforms. 2 people were killed and others were injured in the protests that began on Saturday. Japan's Liberal Democratic Party will elect a new head on Saturday who will most likely become the next Prime Minister after Shigeru Ishiba decided to step down. Indonesian rescuers were given the go-ahead to use bulldozers, cranes and other heavy equipment on Thursday in a continued effort to recover 59 teenagers buried under the rubble of a collapsed school building. Australia's mushroom murderer Erin Patterson will appeal her guilty verdict for killing 3 people with toxic mushrooms, her lawyer told a court on Thursday. Scientist and global activist Jane Goodall on Wednesday died of natural causes at the age of 91 after dedicating her life to bettering human understanding of animal behavior, particularly in the case of apes. We're taking a quick break at this point, but keep watching DD India and Express News. We'll be back with more very soon.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. I'm Gautam Roy, and let's take things forward, shall we? Now, some weather news and deaths toll from the 6.9 magnitude earthquake in the central Philippines region rose to 72, with scores of injured patients overwhelming hospitals on the island of Cebu. Rescuers retrieved the remains of missing people who were trapped under a collapsed pension house after a powerful quake hit the central Philippines region. Ibiza in Spain has been hit by the worst rainfall in 70 years as Storm Gabrielle flooded the island. 148 victims have been rescued by Spain's Guardia Civil. A coastal town in the Mexican state of Oaxaca witnessed flooding after heavy rains forced authorities at the Benito Juarez Dam to release water, raising the level of the Tehuantepec River. In Vietnam, the recent heavy rains have also caused flooding and landslides in Hanoi's forested communes. Soil and rocks have fallen into residential gardens, forcing families to evacuate. India's capital Delhi witnessed rain on Thursday amid Dussehra festivities. The Indian Met Department forecast a generally clouded sky with light rain and thunderstorms expected, and it did. Heavy rainfall has been recorded at isolated places over Tripura, Gangetic, West Bengal, Odisha and East Madhya Pradesh as well. And the Met Department has sounded an alert under the influence of a deep pressure system in the west central and adjoining northwest Bay of Bengal. There's likelihood of heavy to very heavy rainfall in South Chhattisgarh, Odisha and North Coastal Andhra Pradesh. The IMD has also said that the northeastern states of Assam and Meghalaya are also likely to experience very heavy rainfall over the next few days. With rivers already in spate, Local administrations have been asked to keep a close eye on flood-prone districts. Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim may see isolated heavy showers as well, with rainfall expected to intensify further in the coming days. Landslide-prone areas have been flagged for precautionary measures. Now, news about life, culture and entertainment. Well, Dussehra marks the end of the 9-day Navaratri festival as Durga Puja concludes in West Bengal. The vibrant tradition of Sindoor Khela fills pandals with a joyful splash of red. In the Kullu Valley of Himachal Pradesh, North India, the Dussehra commenced on Vijay Dashmi and continues for an entire week, celebrated as a grand festival in the honour of Lord Raghunath. But on the occasion of Dussehra, devotees also started visiting the Ram Janmabhoomi temple in Ayodhya and Uttar Pradesh to offer prayers. The sacred site witnessed long queues of worshippers seeking blessings. Hundreds of children were introduced to the world of letters and learning through Vidyarambhan ceremonies held across Kerala on the occasion of Vijay Dashmi on Thursday, marking the culmination of the Navaratri festival. Tasmania's Rod Barwick has turned his passion for daffodils into a celebrated garden that attracts attention worldwide. His daffodils have won awards both in Australia as well as abroad. Panama marks Coffee Day on Thursday, with each person consuming about 2 kilos of coffee every year. From local cafes to gourmet shops, coffee is part of daily life, and Panama's geisha, a variety of coffee, is world famous. In Brazil's Rio de Janeiro, the Christ the Redeemer statue was lit up in pink to launch the 2025 Pink October campaign. The campaign promotes breast cancer awareness and early detection. Fireworks lit up the night sky above Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour as the city marked the 76th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. Fireworks and dances kicked off early Christmas celebrations in Caracas, following a 2024 decree issued by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro amid a crisis over a disputed election. Vietnam's Hue village, known for rice paper and steamed rice rolls, continues its 4-generation-old craft. Authorities are promoting the craft through tourism and branding, preserving both livelihoods and Hue's cultural heritage. South Australians have been processing the dead marine life washed up on the beaches into compost along with regular green waste, using it as a resourceful input. Nepalese traditional swings like Lingping and Katping are bringing communities together for fun as the country is celebrating the Doordarshan festival, while modern versions of these swings are also appearing at fairs. The 2nd of October is National Batik Day in Indonesia, marking UNESCO's 2009 recognition of batik as intangible cultural heritage. Officials from Colombian National Land Agency and government representatives meet with residents of the region where drug lord Escobar's ranch is located in Colombia as part of the handover of a land parcel to victims of the armed conflict. A model of the Inversion Arc autonomous space-based delivery vehicle to deliver cargo anywhere on Earth has been unveiled in Los Angeles. Now, news from the entertainment world. American actor Peter Dinklage, best known for his role in Game of Thrones, will be seen in a twisted romance titled Wicca. The trailer of American Gothic science fiction film Frankenstein has been unveiled. Hollywood star Jim Carrey will be honoured with the honorary César at the 51st César Award ceremony in Paris in February next year. American actress Fran Drescher, former star of The Nanny, has been honoured with the 2,822nd star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hundreds of enthusiasts watched the fashion shows live on a giant screen in Paris during the Fashion Week, similar to fan zones during sporting events. The originator of this watch party wants to democratize an environment based on elitism. Bollywood film Kurukshetra animated series trailer is out and season 1 is set to premiere on the 10th of this month. India's official Oscar entry movie Homebound has surpassed 2 crore mark at the box office. Bollywood film Johnny LLB 3 became the 15th film to enter Akshay Kumar's 100 crore club. Veteran English actor Jeremy Irons has teamed up with Henry Cavill for the 1980s cult classic and fantasy action-adventure Highlander remake. Indian actor Rishabh Shetty's highly awaited prequel Kantara Chapter 1 has finally arrived in theatres. Amid the craze, fans in large numbers have been seen lining up at theatres. Sports now in India finished at 121 for 2 at stumps on day 1 of the first test against West Indies in Ahmedabad after bowling the visitors out for a paltry 162 runs. Mohammad Siraj picked up 4 wickets while Jasprit Bumrah claimed 3, Kuldeep Yadav took 2 wickets and Washington Sundar also picked up 1. Jasprit Bumrah has created history, becoming the quickest Indian bowler to 50 wickets at home. Defending champions Australia thrashed Trans-Tasman rivals New Zealand by 89 runs in their ICC Women's World Cup opening match on Wednesday. Veteran Indian off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin on Wednesday surprisingly went unsold at the ILT20 auction in Dubai. After their contrasting Asia Cup campaigns last month, Afghanistan and Bangladesh will face off in a 6-match white ball series, starting with the first T20I in Sharjah on Thursday. Dinesh Karthik has been signed up for the Hong Kong Sixers. Karthik will lead Team India and will join his one-time India and Tamil Nadu teammate R. Ashwin. India A demolished Australia A by 171 runs on the back of hundreds from opener Priyansh Arya and captain Shreyas Iyer in the first unofficial ODI in Kanpur on Wednesday. India claimed 4 bronze medals on the final day to wrap up their most successful Asian Aquatics Championships with 13 medals in Ahmedabad on Wednesday. Tennis great Roger Federer leads the list of nominees announced on Wednesday for the International Tennis Hall of Fame's class of 2026. 8-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt is on a multi-city promotional tour in India. The tour includes interactions with fans, cultural events and a nationwide sprint challenge for school students. The Jamaican's visit is a cultural event celebrating sports, speed and shared enthusiasm between the athlete and his fans in India. Title holders Paris Saint-Germain came from behind to beat Barcelona 2-1 with a last-minute goal in the Champions League on Wednesday. PSG won despite Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele missing out injured from an under-strength PSG, with Lamine Yamal showing flashes of his brilliance for the hosts. And Eric Dier's late penalty handed Monaco a 2-2 draw with Manchester City in the Champions League on Wednesday, as an Erling Haaland double was not enough to give Pep Guardiola's side the victory. And that's all we have at the moment in this edition of Express News, but for all the latest, keep watching DD India. I'll be back very soon.